Is it because you are afraid of losing this job? Because if that is the case, people are going to use your vulnerability. Are you afraid that your bonus would not be given to you? Because you can be 11 months working very hard and fantastic. Last 1 month, something happens and you feel your boss is not going to give you the rating that you deserve and you'll lose your bonus. Is that the fear? Is the fear that I might not get good recommendation or I might not get a good job? Is that the fear? Because with all these fears, people misuse that fears in today's environment many times. What is the solution then? It again comes back to knowing your strengths and using your strengths at your job. Second thing I want to tell, especially my young friends, there is a competition going on who gets more salary. So when you go to your manager, your stakeholders, you say, I deserve this much money. I'm getting less paid less. I need to be paid more. And one of the advice that I received from one of my mentors was, Arun, always work more than the salary that you receive. Remember, life is not a sprint, it is a marathon. In short duration, you might find some bad managers who will misuse this thought process. They'll make you work harder just because you are okay with the salary you are getting and you're not complaining. But by working more than the salary you receive, you make yourself indispensable. And even if your manager does not value you, somebody else will value you and pick you up. Right? So I think you have to understand where is your insecurity and fear stemming from. I'll share one personal example. When I was in the US, many companies use this one carrot, dangling carrot, which is H-1B visa, and then second one is green card. When you go to US on H-1B visa, if you lose your job, within a month you have to find something else or you have to leave the country, which nobody wanted to do at that time. Nobody wants to do. To remove that uncertainty, many companies will file your H1 green card, permanent residence. And after that, the condition is you cannot leave that company for next 3 years or so. There is a process called 485. Until that process starts, you cannot leave the company. Otherwise, your green card gets neutralized, cancelled. And that 3-4 years, I've seen people who have come to country, US, other countries, they work like slaves because they have been squeezed and they don't want to say anything because they don't want to lose that opportunity of getting that green card. And I was also one of them where, everybody else, all my colleagues were celebrating weekends, but I was not able to. I wanted to make sure that I was in the good books of everybody. There was no threat to my job and all that. And you cannot imagine. I mean, I have stories and stories of bullying and how I was pressurized to perform beyond my capability. And I couldn't say anything, but I did not want to say anything, just not to risk that green card. And there was one incident when I kind of felt at my lowest point and thinking, I came here because of my skills and my excellence, and now how I'm getting treated. But somehow I had to drink that poison also, poison of disgrace, just because of that green card. And the day I got my green card, I felt so relieved, and I decided that I'm going to speak my mind out. And believe it or not, 2 things happened. One, I was feeling original because I was able to speak my mind out, not worrying about whether I'll keep this job or not. That does not mean I became rash. That means I was using my rationale more effectively now. And second thing that happened, I did not find my life to be stressful anymore. So you might have your own lock, like I had that green card, which is causing you to take all this stress. Make sure that you overcome it. Win it by your excellence because of your capability. If you have confidence on your capability, you know that if not this job, something else, I will take care of my life and I'll grow. Then majority of that stress of bullying will go away and you will be able to present. It is not, I think, the stress of how people are treating you. Most of the time, you are becoming a pressure cooker because you feel that in that situation, how you would like to respond or react or how you would like to express your views, you are not able to express those views. And that's what I think creates that bottling stress. And once you gain confidence that if not this company, something else, if not this work, some other work, if not this profession, some other profession, I'm safe because I have upskilled myself. I have grown. again, it comes back to the 3G formula, and the first G, growth. Are you growing or are you aging? Because if you are growing, you will not have all these insecurities. And I think once those insecurities go away, one, you will not feel stressed, and people also will realize who might bullying you. And that, I hope, will help all of you live a joyful life at work. So you create, either you do what you love, or you start loving or creating loving job out of whatever you are doing right now. And third, be very confident on your skills, your attitude, your knowledge, because you are upgrading it constantly. You are not becoming irrelevant to time, because when you are secure and you have courage, all these stresses of bullying will not affect you, and people also are likely to stop bullying. It is not something that we have to find out outside of us. It is our inner calling, and nobody can help us find out what we really love. And for that, we have to do introspection. And introspection helps us identify those activities that help us find those moments when we feel totally involved in the moments, and when we feel that we are totally immersed in the moment and I'm feeling elated within. These are the activities that not only gives me external joy, but they also make me feel that I'm growing within. And that's what that whole idea of doing what you love is. Many people spend a lot of time in life thinking of what is my purpose in life. And what I invite you to think is, it is not about purpose in life, it is about creating a purpose in your life. It is not about finding, it is about creating. And if you create your own purpose in life, you will be able to figure out what are things that you love to do, and see if you can create a profession out of those things that you love to do. So if you can carve out a profession out of your passion, there is nothing like that. So that would be the first option, doing what you love. Doing what you love. Don't compare yourself with others. It can be your own things. It's not necessary that all of us have to be entrepreneurs. All of us have to be painters, creative writers. It can be anything. It can be something that makes you feel that you are growing within. So keep observing yourself. If you have already not figured out what are those things that make you feel elated within, make you feel that you are growing from within, then it is time now for introspection and understanding what are those activities. And I know as concept, we all know this thought of loving what we do. But how do I start suddenly loving something that I don't love? What do I do? I feel very constrained. I feel caged because neither I have freedom, financial resources and things like that to do what I love. And now what I'm doing, I'm not loving. Help me out. And many times we give a lot of good ideas, but we again feel that these are not something we can utilize in our life. Let me share with you something that I've utilized in my own life. And this idea was about how do we first identify what are our strengths. See, when we go to work, we expect our managers, our seniors to tell us what is good in us. We are always looking for those things of what we believe are good in us. Somebody should appreciate us. But now I invite you to think of evaluating yourself first and seeing what are your core strengths, what are your characteristics that make you special. Everybody has that. Doesn't have to be same list that you see in your mentors, and that's also okay if you find some common factors, but identify those 4 to 5 strengths that you have that make you special, where you can be more creative, what you feel good about, etc., etc. And there's a lot of research that now says that when you bring your strengths to work, when you utilize 4 or 5 of your strengths every day in your daily work, whatever work you're doing, you will start enjoying your job, your role more. So in summary, what I can say is, first, again, introspect and see what your strengths are. And if you're using those strengths at your work, you will start enjoying what you're doing. And once you enjoy what you're doing, you're appreciated because you're using your strength, your creativity, your best in your job. It will strengthen your bond with that job and you'll start enjoying the job. And also think that don't wait for your boss or somebody to tell you that you should bring your best to the work. You start bringing that best yourself without anybody asking, because it's not for them you are doing or salary you are doing. It is for your own joy, your own happiness. You are bringing those strengths to work. And finally, what I want to share with you is this. if you have a passion which is not yet your profession, dedicate some time, whether it is weekends, morning, evening, to your passion, and keep nurturing that passion, because this passion then becomes like a shock absorber for you. So even if there is a lot going on at your work, you always look forward to that shock absorbing passion time, and that passion time should help you recharge, and that recharge you can bring in back to your job. And if you start using your strength at your job, you will see that you will start gradually enjoying that job also. And hopefully one day that time will come when you will have enough of your personal resources, mental resources, materialistic resources, that you can shift from what you have to do to what something you want to do in your life. Basically, from loving what you are doing to doing what you love.